recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios, Meanjin, Brisbane.
On 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Zed Games.
Zed Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture. Want to reach out?
Share your hot take?
Or do you just want to share your favourite game?
Find us on socials at Zed Games AU.
Listening to Zed Games. My name is Hazel and I'm here in the studio with
Zahra
and
Natalia.
And I'm so excited.
Why are you so excited, Hazel?
Because I'm here with two of my favorite people in the world.
Oh!
In one of my favorite places in the world.
That
know
is
that's true because
true.
your hands are up in the air.
Yes. Hazel's got a very casual and relaxed vibe to her. She's got a positive 4ZZZ glow.
All right, we are here to talk about video games.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do.
As usual. But before we get to that, I would like to know, how are you?
Oh my
Natalia?
gosh, the hands are moving. I am doing well. I have been kind of honestly in recovery mode following the Queensland Games Festival.
Yeah, still a little bit.
It was like an incredible event and it was awesome to be a part of it in like the putting it together kind of way, but my goodness, I just slept for an entire week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That and video games.
Yes.
Which has been cool to catch up on. But yeah, just big things coming again as well. So life is.
Zahra.
I am also sort of like, I'm still in that sort of post Queensland Games Festival glow kind of thing. I always feel sort of re-energized and it's sort of like re-inspired by what is being made in Queensland. And in sort of like particular, one of the games that was showcasing at Queensland Games Festival, Bravest Coconut, is coming out soon. And I'm just kind of feeling a little sentimental because I've been watching it sort of develop over the past few years and now it's nearly almost out.
I mean, we've had it at the Indie Dev Night before as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They did like a little Indie Dev Night Easter egg for us, didn't they?
Yeah, Nathan does this sort of like little special event twist, customized for each event that he showcases the game at.
Which is so cool.
So cool. I didn't think I didn't think we were going to be like included in that, and then we were, and I was like, oh my gosh, really? Wow, you spent time on this? This is beautiful. I'm going to start crying now. Anyway, so I'm feeling really happy.
Oh,
very content. How about you, Hazel? How are you feeling?
I'm on top of the world.
Yay!
What a
I'm
good
here to talk
energy.
about video games.
Yes.
One of my favorite topics. I have been playing quite a bit of Schrodinger's Cat Burglar lately.
Yes.
We're getting very close to the end.
Oh my gosh.
And it's levels on levels. It's on my brain is wrapped around all the way and is now touching itself.
Across space and time.
Yeah. I feel like my brain is expanded with some of these puzzles.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
I don't understand quantum physics at all.
I don't think it has anything to do with actual quantum physics, but it does have everything to do with making a fun puzzle game.
It's not rocket science.
And
it's
a fun
more.
kitty cat game. More games should have a dedicated meow button. Also,
Yes.
near the end, the meow button becomes functional.
Yes.
It's useful.
What?
There's a mechanical reason to use the meow, which is like, oh, of course, thank you.
It was the touch that I did not know that I needed in the game, but it was mind-blowing.
Happy to meow without a reason. Even better that there is a reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I think The Last of Us should have a meow button. Just any game, like the new God of War game. You just playing through a cutscene.
Meow.
Laugh is like, "Whoa."
Getting silly now.
Well, let's give the people a little preview of what we're doing tonight. We are going to be checking out the week in gaming news, rounding up our top stories, which Zahra has lovingly handpicked for us.
Hatefully
handpicked. Okay. And later on in the show, we'll be checking out a review of Zahra. Do you want to let the people know?
It is perhaps a paradise of rhythm and groove.
Rhythm Heaven Groove, you would say?
It's actually Rhythm Paradise Groove in our region, apparently.
What?
I know. It feels off to call it Rhythm paradise groove. It's unnatural. But that is what I will be reviewing. In fact,
I feel lied to. I feel betrayed. I feel like I can't trust anything now.
original names are a trip.
Locked out ahead.
But we'll also be having some other grooving topics to talk about.
Yes.
I'm doing wiggles over here. Groovy wiggles.
This episode, the theme is groove. And on that note, it is time for the Week in Gaming News. This week in gaming news, Microsoft 1,600 staff have been laid off from Xbox recently, with another 1,600 planned over the next year. 4 studios have also left Microsoft in what CEO Asha Sharma calls the most significant in Xbox history.
So, missing a word there. Most significant restructure in Xbox history.
The most significant restructure in Xbox history. Compulsion Games and Double Fine will go independent, while Ninja Theory and Undead Labs will seek new ownership with a bit of cash to continue developing Senua and State of Decay 3.
Yay!
Asha Sharma said, "Our business is not healthy. To grow, we bet on Game Pass, multi-platform, and a broader portfolio of content. Our core business weakened, and we added more teams, more investment, and more time, hoping for a better outcome. Game Pass subscriptions are less than half of what the company expected." And Bethesda staff in Maryland tried to pay tribute to those who had been laid off from their studio with a memorial before HR allegedly told them to remove the celebration of service that they had created.
It looks so grim.
I bet
portraits with the roses in front of them.
I bet everybody who took their studio independent in the last 20 years and stayed that way is feeling so good about that choice right now.
Yeah.
Despite like all the ups and downs they've been through, at least they're not dealing with this.
It's just bonkers to me, specifically like with Compulsion, with Double Fine. They just released like critically acclaimed game after critically acclaimed game, and you know they're being closed down. Oh, they're going independent, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
But like State of Decay 3 and Senua were just announced at the last
Literally
showcase.
just announced.
In like a big flashy trailer, and they're closing those studios down, or at least sending them off on their way. They explicitly said that those trailers were put out to get like
last minute
interest from like external people who might want to buy those
And I
studios.
feel like people were interested, well, in the games. People were like kind of like, whoa, I'm kind of excited about this. Yum, yum, yum. But now it just tastes like, well, betrayal, regret.
In their mouths.
Yes.
Turned.
I just think it comes down to like different leadership having like different long-term plans for Xbox, and then like because it doesn't make immediate profit, it's like, all right, let's try something different. And it's like, well, you bought these studios to make Game Pass games, and then you shuffled away from that in the middle of it, and so these studios are paying the price for that. But it's not the studio's fault. You know, they did what they were asked to do: go make Game Pass games, especially Double Fine, and now they're being punished for it. So yeah, it's pretty grim.
It sucks. You can do everything right. You can make an awesome game, and you still get cast off.
Lesson learned: hitching your wagon to a giganto publisher is a short-term bet. Don't plan on it for the long term. All right, moving on to our next story. PlayStation, after announcing that they would end physical disc production in 2028, Sony has been almost completely silent, despite facing backlash towards this announcement. It's received tens of thousands of replies online within just a couple of hours, and gamers have started a petition that they're calling "Don't Kill the Disc" to persuade Sony to continue producing physical discs. The petition, at the time of writing, has over 120,000 signatures. Don't shoot the moon. Anyway, we are not against digital. We're against digital being the only option. Signed to tell Sony to keep disc-based games alive beyond 2028 so the next generation can own the games they play, not just rent them, reads the petition. And Sony has broken their media silence to announce their new FlexStrike wireless fight stick. This announcement has also received backlash.
Yeah. Looks cool, I guess. Just say something. I acknowledge, at the very least, that people are not too jazzed about the concept of ending disc production. And after the sort of disappointing outcome of the Stop Killing Games initiative, it really just feels like, come on guys, can we have a break?
This is very clearly a move that's being done to kind of control the way that people buy games. You know, no secondhand games.
No secondhand games.
So
you can't share your games media. Like even sort of the concept of like only one person needing to own a game for other people to be able to play it is becoming rarer and rarer. And that's not fun. That sucks.
It sucks specifically I'm not kidding you when I say last week, Sony also just announced that they're shutting down the PS3 and the PS Vita digital stores, I think it was, or something like that.
Like I think the PS Vita one was supposed to be closed for a while, and this is kind of like, oh yeah, we're actually closing it for realsies, guys.
But it's and then I think last week as well, they revoked the access to people who bought movies on the PlayStation.
Yeah, there was
things.
over 500 of them that got pulled down.
Like big ones too, like Terminator and like other big franchises that you would have seen. And it's like in the same week they were saying we're only going digital. We're also saying we're gonna take away your games at any moment.
Yeah, if we have to go digital, then at least let me keep my digital thing. Like, I don't know, put it to my CRN number. I don't know.
I think I disagree a little bit on the idea that this is about controlling access to the media. Obviously, that's going to play into their decisions, but the way that everything has read from these sorts of announcements lately with Sony is just that they are trying to lean out the business. They want to cut operating costs dramatically, and I imagine that disc production that's a big complex part of being a huge publisher. Not having to deal with that is just going to streamline things for them massively. Having said that, I think that's bad.
Yeah.
And it's a bad sign for the health of the video game industry at large that one of the big publishers is saying it's not worth it for us to keep pressing discs. Yeah.
Well, people crap on the price of the Steam machine, which it is expensive. It is ultimately the thing that it gives you is that it's a computer that you can then own, and you can do whatever you want with it internally or with the software, and you can download games right through Steam mostly. But you can also just when you have a computer, you can just actually own the executable file, and you can share that around, and you can modify it, and that kind of stuff you just don't get from like a traditional console. So I don't know, the way that things are going, I would have liked a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Look, I'm a PlayStation kid through and through. It's like the first console I fell in love with. The PS2 era was
incredible.
Chef's kiss. This sucks. I don't want a PS6.
The things that differentiate these big companies from each other are becoming thinner and thinner on the ground, and it's because, an entirely digital business model is much leaner, much easier to run, but it's also taking away everything that you have over your competitors and making things more bland, more boring, and eroding like these fixtures of the industry. I think it's a mistake to cut these things, and I think they're going to find that out in a few years.
Shall we zoom through some news nibbles?
Yes. Do you want to tell us about this first one here?
Yes, please. Okay, so Mojang has announced a new update coming, introducing the dappled forest biome with some new wood, foliage, mushroom shelf box, a hay bed in a new camp structure which spawns in the world, and a pillow that you can sit on. That's right, folks. We've got sitting in vanilla Minecraft.
I have things to say about this.
No. Okay, go on.
Sitting, I'm excited about, but I'm more excited about the hay bed, or the straw bed. I can't remember what it's actually called. But the important thing, and this is something that that I have been saying about Minecraft for a long time, is that there needed to be a bed that you could sleep in without changing your spawn point. And this is that.
A hay bed.
You're right.
I've been saying that they need like a bedroll for camping so that you can go on long journeys in-game, sleep, and then if you die, you respawn at your base instead of in the middle of nowhere.
While you're still able to skip the night or like avoid the phantoms.
Exactly.
Wow, it's a huge update then. Huge update for a lot of people.
And it's so simple, and they've been not doing it for so long that I can't even give it to them now. Like I can't say good job, Mojang, because you should have done this so long ago, and people have been saying that for a long time.
That's true, people have been
But
saying
let's move along. Mateo, a developer on Steam, has been dealing with a 21% refund problem. Despite his game Paddle 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 sitting at 90% positive reviews, on Steam you can receive a refund for a game quite easily if you play less than 2 hours of the game and you submit your claim within 14 days of purchase. Speedrunners are completing Paddle 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 in 1 hour and 40 minutes, leaving a positive review and then refunding the $3 game.
It's a $3 game.
This
It's
is a really
such a
rude
jerk
thing to do.
move.
Yeah.
Like come on guys, that's mean. Like, you can afford $3.
I understand the thing of like, especially kids and teenagers who don't necessarily have a lot of expendable income, like playing a game and
$3. Come on.
But it's $3. Like,
You can't even get a coffee.
Go dig around in some couch cushions, find some coins, and go beg your older sibling to like buy it for you. It's fine.
All right. Well, we better
Smug
finish up the
someone
news
on
here
the road.
with our upcoming games for the next week. Natalia, do you want to start us off with the 9th of July?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced for the PS5, PC, and Xbox Series X. That's on the 9th of July. I'm really excited about that one. Just phenomenal game. Anyway, also on the 9th of July, we've got Grand Blue Fantasy Relink for the Switch 2. We've got Backyard Baseball for PS5, Xbox Series X, Nintendo Switch, and PC. And we have Cat Mail and Co. for PC.
On the 10th of July, we have got Echoes of Einkrad for PC, Xbox Series X, and PS5. Palworld 1.0 coming to PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One. And Bravest Coconut, a beautiful little locally made game coming to PC, macOS, and Linux. Zahra, do you want to finish us out here?
Yes, I do. So 13th of July, we have Ascend to Zero for the PC and Xbox Series X, and Kaz for the PC. 14th of July brings D-Topia for the PC, PS5, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, Xbox Series X. And July 15th will bring Denture Attack for the PC, PS5, Nintendo Switch 2, and Xbox Series X. All aboard the hype train!
Good week.
And that's
week.
all this week in gaming news.
I'm
Now it
knackered.
is time for us. Shall I play the review sound?
Play the review sound. No rhythm like a paradise groove. Ain't no rhythm like a paradise groove. Ain't no rhythm like a paradise groove. Rhythm like a paradise groove. Hey! Yo! I have a confession. I've never played a rhythm heaven game before.
Oh my god.
I just never got my hands on it. Things just kept happening, circumstances, all that kind of stuff. But I finished my semester. I had a terrible exam and I needed something to take my mind off of it. So Rhythm Paradise Groove finally happened. I booted it up and just started from the start. I played through the tutorial level where it introduces how important it is to listen for audio cues to time your actions by having you jog behind a line of ball people and trundle through hoops without tripping. It's impossible to time it correctly just using visuals. Okay, cool. This is a little bit silly, but I'm getting the hang of it. I'm literally pressing one button, and then I get to the frisbee level, where I control a dog trying to catch a frisbee. The human whistles, and on the 7th beat after that whistle, you have to jump. And the game coaches you through some more complicated timing systems. This was kind of hard, and I was like, okay, I think I get it. And then the game gets mean. In most of the levels, the game will impair your vision in some way, introduce an obstruction, or takes away some visual cue, forcing you to rely purely on audio cues, as you're supposed to do. But it's hard. At the start of each level, you go through a pretty intensive training session, teaching you the audio cues and what you need to do and the timing of your actions. Each level is different, so each session is unique to that level. You play through 4 levels, and then there is a remix level which combines all 4 levels you just cleared into a bit of a compilation. There's no practice for this one, you just dive in and it's pretty fun, pretty challenging. I definitely have levels where I hit a flow state, and there's levels I struggle my way through, but working at it is part of the fun, getting more confident, memorizing the rhythm patterns, forcing myself to use my ears more. Each level, the controls are simple, like 1 or 2 buttons usually. I thought I understood the game, and then I hit Fruit Flex, and it was like a brick wall. I kept at it over and over and over again, trying to get the timing right. I was getting sick and tired of the red apples and the green apples and the lemons, and finally, I got it. And the game did its little visual trick to throw me off, and I nailed it. The crowd was going wild, Fruit Flex guy was crushing it, music was going crazy, and I think I really got it then. It's a fun game. It's a difficult and sassy and kind of mean game as well. It called me talentless. Characters in the scene would give me major side-eye when I fumbled some sequence, and it's so simple too. It really makes it feel like it's me and the game, and I'm clawing at each bit of progress. There's also an RPG in here. It's a separate game mode, and you have to earn medals to progress the story. There's also some rhythm-based mini-games. And this adventure has you fighting your way out of a cave to face the 4 fears, and to do so you have to hit combos in the correct timing to carry out attacks and spells. The story is about what you would expect, but the game mode is a lot of fun as a different type of rhythm game. You make decisions on what rhythm you're doing, you just need to be on beat. Each level and scene is different, and wildly so. In one, you're a ghost trying to sneak past an angry moon when he sneezes, in another, you're launching frogs over the rainbow. They're all different with unique tracks, unique twists, and ways to mess with me, and they're often a bit brutal, but nothing a bit of persistence can't resolve. This game did make me feel the age of my Switch now though. Wireless controllers aren't even worth trying, forget about Bluetooth. And it's not like the latency is that bad. I've not had issues with it in other games, but I definitely notice it in this game because it's just that tight on timing. You do want to use wired headphones and wired controllers. But this seems to be a pretty typical Rhythm Heaven game with the same sense of humor I found charming. I feel like I've heard more iconic tracks in previous games, but the tracks are still a lot of fun in Paradise Groove. The scenes are goofy, and it's great to see the small and big ways the scene changes depending on your performance. And speaking of performance, I will be pleased to perform for all of you all tonight.
That's right, you are getting a live playthrough of a Rhythm Heaven, Rhythm Paradise Groove remix level. Zahra, could you tell us which level this will be?
This is remix number 2.
Promise to keep us all on my face. I was to me a day.
Very nice.
That was hypnotizing to watch.
Very nice.
And now you can listen to my little amazing jingle.
Amazing!
I got all the key points right!
You got all the basics down, and ... The technique is solid.
Yes! Amazing!
All right.
That was really cool to watch from, like, it felt like an abstract, like, music video.
It does feel like that, yeah.
Cutting between completely different, like, going back to my montage theory days of film school of, like, what does it mean to have the toad jumping and then the
my
cars
gosh,
racing?
it is like, it gets so hectic.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
A lot of fun. Highly recommend it.
Well, is that the end of your review?
That is the end of my review. It's grooving.
And that was Rhythm Paradise Groove,
Woo.
also known as Rhythm Heaven Groove in other regions. All right, my name is Hazel. I'm here in the studio with
Natalia is still here.
and
Me, Zahra. That's me.
and
That's
you're
you.
listening to Zed Games. We've been grooving all episode. We've been talking about Rhythm Paradise, and I think we just need to talk about rhythm games in general.
Yeah, because
Because we've got a lot of thoughts about them.
There's a lot of thoughts. There's also like a lot of really, really cool rhythm games. Some of which do something a little wacky. Probably my favorite all-time favorite example of a An interesting approach to a rhythm game is Vib Ribbon.
Oh my god.
Which was a PlayStation game. I think they also brought it to PlayStation 3.
There was a weird sequel that was...
Something like that.
Yeah.
And the way that it works is the game software can persist in the console's RAM. So you could open up your console, remove the game disc while it's still running, and then insert a music CD, and the game will generate a unique level from any track from that CD for you to play through as your sort of weird, scratchy-looking rabbit character. It's very charming. Some people find it a little creepy, but I think it's really cute.
I think the most charming thing about it is how simple it is.
Yes.
It's just lines.
Yeah.
It's just lines.
Working within the constraint of you have to make all of the game software so small that you can load it into the PlayStation 1's RAM just leads to like incredible creativity in the design. I believe it's all vector graphics because it just takes up less space.
Yeah. It's literally about the purest lines you can possibly have in a digital space.
Is it just black and white? I can't remember.
It's just black and white.
It's just black and white.
Yeah.
I think it's really cute. I think it's really neat. I understand why some people would find it a little bit creepy or off-putting.
But that's my friend.
But it's also just an incredible technical achievement
Yeah.
in a very early stage of games and a really interesting way of working within limitations.
Yeah.
And
Can't do that with digital-only landscape.
a game that I think is sort of not a spiritual successor, but in the same vein of games where you can just load in any music and it like programmatically turns it into a rhythm game level. Audio Surf. A game from a long time ago, not as long ago as Vib Ribbon, where you could just load in any MP3 and it would turn it into a little rhythm game level where you control this little character. It's like a spaceship almost.
It was just kind of like my memory just brings like sort of a shape, almost like an orb.
And these like crazy visualizations in the background that were all like playing off the beats and the rhythms and everything. I had a lot of fun with that, just putting in like my favorite songs and jamming out on there. Nice.
How about you, Natalia?
Well, for me, I am a firm advocate that any game genre, and I mean every game genre, could be made better if you're doing it to a rhythm. I think that there's plenty of games that do that, like I can't remember the name of it now, but there's a couple first-person shooters that is like, what if this, but you're shooting to the rhythm and that gets you more points. There's games that are like third-person action games like Hi-Fi Rush, which is obviously you deal more damage if you're doing it to the rhythm. But I also think that the inverse is really interesting, where a game like Unbeatable, which I know I talk about it every chance I get.
And so you should.
And so I should. That game... I've talked about in my review the tactility of the game. It feels like the closest I've come to the feeling of playing on like a physical arcade machine. Like the tactility of it is something that is really unique. And that's because some of the main inspirations for that game were not necessarily other rhythm games, but they were like third-person like action combat games like Devil May Cry and stuff like that, which you can totally feel like this is a wacky game in that you're whacking things to the rhythm, you know? And I think that like I don't know, I love the cross-pollination of different like ideas and genres, and it can lead to very interesting games. Also, new DLC for the game comes out in 2 weeks. All Jamie Page songs. I'm very excited.
It's a good time. It's a good time to be unbeatable.
Yeah. Is there any other rhythm games on your radar?
I mean, I always have to mention Os or Osu with an exclamation mark. It's a constant. It's addictive. It's free. It's free. It's accessible.
That's played with a mouse, right?
You can play it with a mouse. I play it with a tablet because apparently that's a little bit more comfortable for me. I saw someone play. There's been a couple of people who play with what are they called? The orb trackpad. Trackball. Thank you. Which makes 100% sense, and they're just kind of like the orb master. But
I find it so interesting that it's like a PC rhythm game where for a while I don't know if it's still the case, but the meta of it was to play with a graphics tablet that you would use for like digital painting.
Yeah, that's still very much
That's
the meta.
fascinating.
But that doesn't always work for everyone. But it is very fun, and it's if you're competitive, you can be competitive against yourself, like me. You can be competitive against other people, like other people. I won't be competitive against myself because that's the only bar I try to beat.
What's your
Well-
favorite rhythm game soundtrack? Really quick.
I have to cut you off because we are cutting it fine.
Oh, no,
we
we
have just a
are.
few minutes left.
That's all right.
I missed the beat.
But listeners, think about your favorite rhythm game soundtrack and let us know on the socials. Now it is time for us to say goodbye, good night. We love you so much.
We
Thank
love
you for
you.
listening, and we will see you again next week. Goodbye. Good night.
Thanks for listening to Zed Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, you can find us on the Community Radio Plus app.
Or find us on socials at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.